The Mars News Channel. All Mars, all news, channel to you, the viewer.
On February 23rd of 2009, the eve of President Barack Obama's first address to a joint session of Congress, a multitude of space cadets, pundits, and advocacy groups descended upon the nation's capital. Their hopes and dreams were clear, a spacefaring civilization with the United States of America leading the way. Their intent was lobbying, convince the lawmakers of the legislative branch and the leaders in the new administration just how important a viable space program is. Their obstacles were many: 2 unpopular wars, global climate change, and an economy in the dumpster.
Today we are pleased to have one of those space enthusiasts with us who will share his thoughts on this trip to Washington, D.C. Welcome to the Mars News Channel, Dr. Al Lean, fellow from the Center of Earth Studies.
That's Al Leon.
Yes, I see.
Ph.D.
Dr. Leon, what did you find most striking about your visit to Washington, D.C.? I bet you were really impressed with our marvelous metropolis.
It has a great light rail system, lots of armed guards, and security checkpoints almost everywhere. I noticed that those locations with the tightest security offered the least interesting sights.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, all of the congressional office buildings have checkpoints that would be the envy of any TSA setup. Then by the time you get to the top of Capitol Hill, they even confiscate drinking water and food.
Yes, I heard of a narrowly averted international incident involving a Dutch water bottle that was gonna go...
Never mind my lens cleaning fluid, which has been ignored by the airlines for years. They even snatched that, because it didn't have a label on it. Hell, give me a Sharpie and I'll write the damn label myself.
I've got one right here.
But the point is, who would even want to go to those places? Tight security, and hot air. Pompous hyperbole. A complete waste of time. Unless you want to use a tripod with your camera. Then you will need to get a special permit. And that is only good for one small piece of lawn in front of the Capitol.
Great lighting, though. But what place did you enjoy most? I bet you found some place at least kind of interesting.
The most interesting place in town required no security gauntlet. The United States Botanical Garden, bristling with a multitude of strange and exotic life forms, was open to all with no restrictions, aside from picking the flowers. The people that were found in this place were the ones who should be running this country. Not those clowns up on the hill.
Nice backpack. Well, let's get back to the topic at hand. What is your position on Mars?
I think it is absolutely imperative that life from Earth should be spread throughout the universe. And Mars is the logical first step for this process. Human beings will serve as the catalyst. All that is lacking is the gumption.
So what will we do to keep the economy growing and keep us safe at the same time? How do we choose between space and jobs?
The choice is clear. Stop pissing away our resources on a bloated military-industrial complex. Or put those resources into a viable space industrial initiative that includes off-planet energy and resource acquisition, as well as humans to Mars.
Yes, beef up off-planet industry. But how do we keep the malls open? Those triplexes need a constant stream of consumers to keep those things going. Shouldn't we use our time creating more stuff for people to buy?
We don't have much time left. The window of opportunity is closing. And if it closes, it may not open back up for a very long time from now.
Well, okay. I bet you had quite a social agenda. Did you see Obama?
No.
Well, thank you, Mr. Lean, for your time.
That's Al Leon. And the pleasure was mine.
The Mars News Channel. All Mars, all news, channel to you, the viewer.